it looks like you have to spend $45 for each AM.PASS you have. Damn. Welcome to another video. Today we'll be testing out the PIU Rise features in the brand new Pump It Up Phoenix 2. Join me on an adventure. Alright, let's go. So I mentioned in my last video that I didn't want to spend $45 on unlocking the Paywall, which is the Pump Rise features in Phoenix 2. No fucking way. Spend $2,000 on the hard drive or go to your local arcade, and there's a paywall behind everything apart from the 19 new songs and the old content. However, thank you to one of my subscribers who purchased PIU Rise for my account so I can show you how it is on Phoenix 2. So let's get going. Okay, here we go, WorldMAX. Finally after all these years we can play WorldMAX. I've been so excited. Okay, let's go. So I have, where is it? Here we go. Okay, Rise Mix. Now where's the WorldMAX? Oh man, I'm going home. No WorldMAX. I read so many comments. They said, Pump Rise, at least there's WorldMAX. Don't worry about it, at least you have WorldMAX. I came to the arcade, there's no WorldMAX. Alright, see you later. End of the video. Adios. Alright, let's do this shit. I rented the machine for 2 hours, so I guess I gotta play right. What do you think of Korean soap? A bit weird, right? Alright, let's go. Okay, so now I have two options which have been unlocked. The first one, which is Rise Volume 1, and this gives you 10 songs with singles and doubles. So not half double, and it also gives you this. So you click Arcade Mix to go in Rise Mix, and then we're in Rise mode. So we're gonna have a look in here. So in Rise Mix, it's a little confusing because there's also Rise Volume 1, but inside this one, there's 25 half double songs. But it's kind of confusing because you go into arcade mode, which is labeled Rise Mix, and then you go to the same banner, and then different songs appear, which is 10 songs. I'll show you them right now. Confusing, but there is a lot hiding behind the paywall than if you didn't have a Rise account, and I think that's the intention. Okay, so hiding behind the $45 paywall, in addition to the mix and the credits, you can find 25 songs unique to Pump Rise, which are only half double, no singles, just half double. And also 10 more songs in arcade mode, and they have singles and doubles. Apart from that, they have Pump Rise half doubles charts for almost all the old songs in the machine. So there's a load of content, but you pretty much do have to pay that $45 if you want to enjoy probably, I don't know, like with all the new charts, you're looking at 80% of the content because there's only 19 songs not behind the paywall. So with all those half doubles charts, there's a lot of content behind that paywall. So I think a lot of people are going to, sort of start spending that to actually enjoy Phoenix 2. And I've seen a lot of big tournaments incorporating the half doubles charts as well, so that will push people to make that purchase as well. So we're going to keep digging into it, and yeah, we'll go from there.
So it's interesting, back in the day when we had half doubles, we had the brackets on the floor and people had to step quite hard to make their arrows trigger, especially if you have like a jump or something. But now, because everything is raised and more sensitive, if you have a certain sized foot, then you can cheat half doubles just like playing singles. Like this. And this too. And a little bit of this. So I think half doubles is going to go a bit like ITG, the way you can just kind of do this. It'll be a bit interesting how things go from there. So it looks like the Rise Mix has online matching. I don't know if that means there's a whole separate section for online matching with Rise, or whether you can play online everything. It's not very clear, but if you know, drop a comment below. Wait, who am I playing? This is weird. Well, I guess I answered my own question, because there's only singles and doubles here. But you can access it from Rise Mix. It's a bit confusing. I don't know who I was playing. It looked like I was playing myself, but maybe that was there all along. I have no idea. But there's some interesting things over here too, right? So we covered a few of them at Play X4. There's only one sort option. Filter PBCM, comment below, no idea. And then there's pass grade, so the song will fail if you don't meet this score. And the same with the plate as well. This is pass G that was in the other version, but you can put some other options on here as well. Okay, and the new thing here is note timing. I believe this one is visual offset, which we had in Phoenix. So you hit the arrows negative or plus, right? So it's like a visual thing. So the steps are always in time. But now they've added this one, which does the same kind of thing, but I think it desyncs the music from the step chart, which is really weird, because in my experience, if the song is in sync, then this should never be needed. The song should always be in sync with the steps. Unless I'm misunderstanding this wrong, you can comment below, but this feature seems like it's just not needed. No one should play out of sync with the steps. It feels very strange to have that. It's almost like you're telling me the charts aren't synced anymore. Okay, other than that, we have some various like visual gimmicks and stuff. We got the note skins. In display we have hide the background, flash, no step, basic stuff, auto velocity, very similar, and speed. That's about it. But yeah, a couple of new additions in there.
Okay, so I've been playing some of these Rise songs now. I'm struggling to see where the leaderboard is. I go to the official website and I don't see where the half double stuff is. If anyone knows, comment below. But I'm sort of struggling to see where my scores are and the leaderboards are. Maybe they're in Steam or in the game or something like that. To be honest, I downloaded the game. I didn't even play it. I just linked my pass and that was it. There's a few things like, so if you buy Pump Rise, you can link it to your account. Then what if you take advantage of the 14-day 2-hour use policy? You get a refund. Does that mean you can still play Rise? I'd say probably, but I also think they would fix that soon. Same if you have like a family plan, like a friends and family Steam account. Does that mean you can add multiple people and link them? Again, I'm not sure, probably not, because it takes the ID from the Steam account. But there's a lot of questions associated with that. But if you're not sure about the Rise content, I'd recommend getting the 14-day trial. And if you don't like it, just get a refund. But at least then you have options and you can sort of test a lot of these features out.
So I'm in the Rise mix again. I don't remember if I showed this. So you can go into Remix inside Rise and it gives you half doubles charts for some of the stuff. And then you can go into Series Zone and you get the whole game again with just half doubles charts. I thought it would be better if they integrated this into the main game, but it seems weird going into here to play Unique, for example. All the half doubles charts, well, Rise charts, I guess I should say. But the UCS shows me doubles charts, which is not Rise mode. Same with the online matching, there's no Rise online matching, so it's a bit kind of pick and choose. If you go into the new songs, there's only one song. So it's some interesting quirks that I didn't quite expect, but there it is, you know.
Alright, so I was looking at the Steam website, and right now if you want to download every single song, it's $113.91, assuming you're in the US store. What I feel will happen is as time goes on, they'll keep releasing new DLCs, and then you've got to buy them, and then you can play, you buy them, you play. So it's almost like an ongoing subscription to play Phoenix 2. But it begs the question, when Phoenix 2 is out of service, what is going to happen to all of your purchases? Will it be the same as all your scores and all your titles? Just gone? Who knows? At least you have them on your PC.
So I brought a second AM.PASS with me to test if I can still play Pump Rise on my other AM.PASS. Let's have a look. I have no idea. No. Oh dear. I might have told you false information. It looks like you have to spend $45 per AM.PASS. So what it says in Pump Rise is a little wrong. It says it's linked to your account. An account would assume you have more than one AM.PASS in your account. But it actually means you spend $45 to link it to one AM.PASS. You're going to have to spend another $45 to link it to the second AM.PASS. That is scandalous. I wonder what song it'll choose if I've never hovered on anything in my life. It just defaults to Bang Bang. It's interesting. So 2 hours of machine rental goes pretty quickly, but there's one good thing about playing here is machine rental is around $3.75 an hour or 75 cents a credit. And if you saw that video in Singapore where I spent $7, well, it's night and day, isn't it? So it's interesting, the titles have all been revamped, the Pumpility's been revamped. But I think there's something I've noticed, and that is the Pumpility. It used to go up to around like $140
5,000 or something ridiculous. But now it's completely condensed, right? It's split into single and double, but it caps out around 20,000, right? So this is the combination of your top 50 songs, which is singles or doubles, not half double, but that does include Rise. So if you want to be competitive, you got to spend that $45, right? But already after 24 hours, people have played their 50 songs and they've sort of capped out. So the next 2 or 3 years, you're just going to be making micro improvements on your top 50 scores. Whereas before, if you were chasing titles, you had the Pumpility, but as a secondary, you're doing titles. So you're almost forced to play lots of 19s, lots of 20s, 21, 22, 23. So it seemed like there was way more to do. Already after 2 days, I've kind of like done my 50 songs, and now it's like, okay, the next 2 years, I might just like grinding 21 through 26 to make micro improvements. It kind of looks that way, unless perhaps maybe we get some more features in the future, but quite interesting anyway. But when you get to 10,000, you get that little medal, and the medal pretty much just translates to your Pumpility. So you get 10,000 Pumpility, you get the #1 bronze medal, you get a bit more, you get #2, so it just kind of mimics that. I thought that silver Orbi was something different, but it's just like a graphical representation of how much Pumpility you have, and this is what the whole game is built around, and that's Pumpility. Okay, so I want to summarize my experience today after playing for 2 hours. The big one is no WorldMAX. I fully intended to milk that mode today. I was ready, I had my tripod and camera, and it's not there. It's not there. People commented on the last video saying, at least Rise has WorldMAX, and I was thinking, you know what, yeah, that's fair, right? Went to the arcade, Steam linked my account, $45 gone, no WorldMAX. I couldn't believe it. I was ready to go home there and then, but I rented the machine for 2 hours, so yes, it sucks, man. And the other one is the Steam link is per AM.PASS. Now I have 2 AM.PASSes, one for the bar, one for no bar. And I know a lot of players have more than one AM.PASS as well, but to think you have to spend $45 per AM.PASS is an absolute joke, especially if you go for the sort of big upgrade, which is $131 right now for all the DLCs. And I'm sure slowly they're going to find all their way into the arcade, and you're going to keep paying as more content comes out. But per AM.PASS is really bad, right? It's just bad. There's so many people that have more than one AM.PASS. It just seems like a huge joke at this point. But it seems like serious players, hardcore players, are the ones sort of suffering, you know. The casuals get 3 songs. The hardcore players who dedicate their money, time and effort into the game get 5 songs for double credits. It just seems like the hardcore players are slowly getting screwed. If you're a casual, right, you go to a bowling alley, you just want to play a dance game, right? Okay, there's Phoenix 2 here. They're not going to unlock the Rise features for $45. They probably don't even know what it is, to be honest. It just seems like everything in this game is designed to milk the people which are keeping the game alive, and that really has a shitty feeling. So I was thinking about that. I was like, how do you milk the casuals, right? Well, casuals go on, they play 1 song and they leave. Why not have a casual mode where you get 1 song? 1 song, 1 credit. Who cares? Let's screw the casuals. And then when you put a premium credit in, how about 6 songs? You know, like, how about we unlock the Rise features without paying $45? At least like the Volume 1 pack. And then I have the option to download the DLCs. You know, this is what I anticipated. This is, when I read the advertisements, this is what I thought, right? Everyone gets the Rise Volume 1. If you want to play more, you pay extra. Yeah, it sucks, but it's fair, you know, that kind of makes sense. So it's really disappointing, to be honest. I couldn't believe a lot of things. Like, when I saw the no WorldMAX and then this and then this, I'm like, how many times are you going to kick me in the balls, you know? The other thing is the engine changes. We still have some really old school issues that are still apparent, which is you put a credit in the machine and you can still press the center panel on the floor to start the credit. We have machines with button boards, right? There's so many times when a kid will run across the pad you haven't scanned your AM.PASS yet, and it's like, okay, I just wasted 2 credits, you know. And 51 miss combo. If I'm paying premium, why is it I pick a crappy song, I lose the song because of freeze arrows or something, then I gotta play again? Why do we have 51 combo miss on premium mode? Which circles back, there's not really any major engine changes. It's just like a reskin, and all of the achievements have been sort of revamped. So with all of this, I'm struggling to think why I would pay $2,000 when I can go on Xsanity website, download the engine for free. I can download the whole Pump It Up library for free, and also I can add my own custom songs, and I can play online. Like, I'm struggling so much to understand why I need to pay $2,000. That's my opinion. And you're going to get people who have brand loyalty, right? They're going to support the company no matter what. But you sort of have to take a step back at some point and say, I'm tired of getting fucked in the ass, you know, this is a bit too much. Like, you know, there's people that always want the latest iPhone, right? Oh, I need the latest iPhone. They can't give you a good reason why. It's like convincing someone to like or not like Donald Trump. You can't do it, right? They have their opinion, it's ingrained, right? So some people feel the same about Andamiro, right? Oh, yeah, Andamiro, doesn't matter what they bring out, I'll support it. I'll pay $60 shipping for a t-shirt. It doesn't matter, right? Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but as someone that's been playing the game for 26 years now, I feel like every time there's a new release, I get more fucked in the ass by either features, upsells, DLCs, AM.PASS linking, and, you know, things in the future. But that does beg the question, when Phoenix 2 disappears, then what happens to all my unlocked content, all the things I buy on Rise? Will they just disappear like my scores did, like my titles did? These are all the questions you have to ask, right? And this is the way the world is sort of going with digital content now, right? Businesses know what they're doing. They're not stupid. They just want your money, right? And if they can get some free help and some free content along the way, it's a win-win. But at the end of the day, they want your money. But as a consumer, it's up to you whether to consume. Now, based on my experience today, I don't want to consume, but I will play at the arcade. If someone's willing to pay $2,000 for a hard drive, I'll play on the machine. I just play for exercise, you know, but I'm not going to be there grinding. I'm not going to buy it for my house. It just seems weird at this point. I'd be screwing myself over if I bought it, but you know, each to their own. But lastly and interestingly is Phoenix now has like a timestamp on it, 2 more months and it's completely gone. So that begs the question, on Phoenix, will co-op be available after September? Because this is kind of locked behind premium mode, or will it be gone forever in Phoenix? Now, it's sort of in Andamiro's interest to kill Phoenix as quickly as possible. Historically, I think they kept the old mixes for around 6 months now. So because they're killing it within just 2 months, this is probably the quickest phase out I've ever seen. All right, I think that's about it. My phone died, by the way. All right, so if you enjoyed the video, let me know. If you have any questions, opinions, whatever, leave in the comments below. We can battle it out. Okay, I'll see you in another video coming soon. Take care.